Yes, hi, Charles. It's Kim Solez. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for some of the kindnesses you showed to me early in my career. So in 1987, when I became chair here at the University of Alberta, you were the first well-known international visitor. And your visit here had very strong positive impact and changed many things. Yeah, so there was that. And then a few years later, in 1992, I'm sure you've probably forgotten this, but the original Banff transplant pathology paper, published in 1993 and submitted in 1992, contains this statement on the very first page. The blinded reviews of panel slides for assessment of reproducibility were carried out by doctors Benedictson, Jennette, Markison, Olson, Rackison, and Solez. So you were one of those 6 people that ensured that the Banff classification would be taken seriously, which was obviously a very important part of my career trajectory. So I'm very grateful to you for that. I also thought it would be good to show you the recent thing that I have learned in kidney pathology. You know, there's always new stuff. I'm 75 and a half. There's always stuff to learn. So this is a recent case that we had, 2 biopsies with chronic active thrombotic microangiopathy of unknown cause. And the patient turns out to have a hypereosinophilia syndrome, rare syndrome of hypereosinophilia. And there are occasional glomeruli in the first of the 2 biopsies that just contain numerous bilobed eosinophils, these red granules, just sort of all over the place here. And yeah, I have not seen that before, and probably you have, but I at least show you the thing that was new to me, the age of 75 and a half. And let me just introduce you to some of the other things that I'm doing. So this graphic that I began with, this is the metaverse. You've probably heard of the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg is having a hard time making a success of the metaverse for Facebook, but this particular image has been voted on many times as the most popular virtual background that I use, but I'll just show you some of the others. This is me and my robotic dog, Einstein. This is a painting by University of Montreal pathology resident Qingyin Wang. She and I are working together quite closely, and we're doing right now, really, these next 5 days, Future of Life Institute World Build competition. We're competing to make the best prediction of what the next 23 years will be between 2022 and 2045. And so Qing has just done a beautiful sculpture of a combined human heart and machine heart coming together with a lot of wires. And yeah, you can imagine this as a metaphor for the way machines and humans are co-evolving. But another part of that has to do with fixing global warming. And you may think that's kind of a tough problem, but it's actually one of those things. If we just devoted enough time and focused attention to this, we could solve it. The technology exists already today to produce a planetary sunshade out there at the point you probably heard of, Lagrange. So Sun, Earth, Lagrange point 1, which is where the gravity of the sun and Earth are absolutely equal. A lot of things accumulate there at that point where there's no net gravitational pull either toward the sun or toward the Earth. You could build a sunshade there and then make the Earth whatever temperature you want. Yeah, it's just a matter of whether we want to spend the resources on it, but it could be done. And that's a part of our submission in this Future of Life Institute World Build competition that we are submitting for this Friday, the 15th of April, 2022. Yeah, and then we're also active in the non-fungible token art area, and we'll see how we do there. But Ching is producing some art for us to sell as non-fungible tokens. How's that for an unusual thing for a pathology resident to do? We're also heavily into virtual reality, augmented reality 360 video, that sort of thing, depicted here. And speculating a lot about the future relationship between artificial intelligence and us, and the idea of machine consciousness, which is what is shown here. Yeah, and finally, we're talking about this dynamic between pig to human transplants. It's kind of a shocking thing that seems to be successful all of a sudden. And the fact that there are two other alternative ways of providing organs for everybody that needs them. One is regenerative medicine, that it looks like can't quite get the right cells in the right places at the capillary level and produce functioning capillaries, but maybe they will solve that. And then the bioengineered kidney or other organs bioengineered. So anyway, we're talking about that. I chair the transplant regenerative medicine community of practice in the American Society of Transplantation. And we have 9 work groups working on all sorts of different things, but this is one of them. And so this is a depiction of the alien world of xenotransplantation. And this is a picture called Lipstick on a Pig that we use to get people thinking about the ethical quandaries that widespread use of pig organs will bring us into. So those are just some of the things that I'm working on. I don't plan to ever retire. Yeah, so you can see from afar how that goes. I think my sort of big picture thinking seems to get better and better and bigger picture. So you can follow that and see how you think I'm doing in the long run. You know, we had an idea that sort of I was very proud of the basic goodness of human beings. And this is depiction by a graduate student working with me, Ashita Mogi, of the basic goodness of human beings. But we've decided that's a flawed concept, that the same things that would contribute to the basic goodness of human beings can be attributes of machines also. So it's a much more generalizable thing. It's not just something human. How about that, eh? Okay, well, I'm sure I've gone on much longer than what you were interested in hearing about. So I will stop now. I wish you all the best in the future. Let's stay in touch. I would enjoy hearing from you very much. Thank you very much. That's it for now.